Gambling, just one word, yet it holds the weight of a bottomless pit where many fall without even realizing it. It doesn't knock loudly like a thief. It creeps in like a sweet invitation, a gentle whisper in your ear. Just one game. What if it changes your life? But what most people don't know is that this just one game could be the beginning of a lifetime of suffering. Like the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden, it looks tempting, promising power and victory. But once you bite into it, you taste the bitterness of despair, destruction, and guilt. There was a man named John. He was once a good son, attending church every Sunday, singing hymns with all his heart, even considering dedicating his life to serving the Lord. But one day, just once, he followed his friends into a casino, and everything started to change. At first, John just watched. Then he placed small bets, just for fun. But in this game, that initial fun is the bait. He won several rounds in a row. He thought he was lucky, even secretly believing that God was blessing him with victories. But no one wins forever in a rigged game. Soon he began losing. Losing small, then losing big. And then he started borrowing. From a gentle young man, John became a liar, avoiding his family and even his church because of the guilt and shame. But he couldn't stop. Every loss made him desperate to recover, and every attempt to recover pulled him deeper into the hole. They say alcohol addiction can be hidden, drug addiction can be treated, but gambling addiction kills silently. It doesn't leave wounds on the skin, but it destroys the soul. He started losing the trust of his parents, his friends. The very people who once believed in him could now only shake their heads. He borrowed from everyone, even pawned his mother's wedding ring. One night, sitting alone in front of a slot machine in a dim corner of an old casino, John felt an unusual chill. Not from the air conditioning, but from within. He placed one final bet. Lost. At that moment, only one thought remained in his mind. If I disappear from this world, maybe everyone will suffer less. But just as he stood on the edge of a bridge, ready to end it all, a familiar Bible verse echoed in his heart. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He fell to his knees right there on the bridge in the dark night, tears blending with the rain. It was the first time in months he had prayed sincerely. "Lord, if you're still there, please save me." The next morning he returned home. No scolding. His mother simply hugged him tightly, tears falling into his soaked hair. His father stood behind, silent, but placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. A small touch filled with love and forgiveness. John decided to enter a rehabilitation program. He joined a support group, shared his story with others who were trapped like him. Every morning he began his day with prayer. Every night he read the Bible, not as a routine but as life itself. He found strength in the words of Jesus in Matthew 6:24. "No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other. You cannot serve both God and money." Those words pierced his heart, because John had once chosen money as his master. And what did it bring? Loss, pain, despair. But now he chose again. He chose God. He chose light. John didn't suddenly become rich. No miracle erased his debts overnight. But he found true peace. He apologized to everyone he had hurt and began repaying even the smallest loans. Miraculously, one by one, people forgave him, not just because they saw a man making amends, but because they saw someone reborn through faith. Today, John is a volunteer helping gambling addicts. He doesn't preach with fancy words. He simply shares his story, the story of a man who once lived in darkness but was lifted by God, not through thunderous miracles, but through small, steadfast love. He often says to those seeking help, "Don't come to God so he can help you win a bet. Come to him so you won't need to bet at all." Gambling is a deceptive promise. It paints a fast path to riches, but in truth, it's a slippery road into the abyss. God did not create you to live in debt, lies, and loneliness. He created you to live in freedom, to love and be loved. If you're trapped in the cycle of gambling, know this: you are not alone, and you don't have to save yourself. Just ask, cry out, and God will come, because he has never abandoned anyone who sincerely turns back to him.